Ladies and gentlemen, the play is the thing. With your host, Judy Sleed. Special guest, Dr. Julie Ratner, President of the Ellen Hermanson Foundation, founder of Ellen's Run. Now here's Judy.
Okay, Lee, thank you. You always put a smile on my face when I hear you introduce me. Judy. Yes. So I'm here with Julie Ratner, my dear friend, who's a doctor. Would you take my pulse?
It's the wrong kind, but that's okay. You don't want me doing that.
So I'm so happy to see you on this happy occasion. This is Ellen's Run 16th birthday. Wow.
Sweet 16. We're all decked out, you and me, in our Sweet 16 T-shirts. They're actually our advertising T-shirts, as you know.
Yes. I've been wearing it for a whole month now. But I washed it in between, don't worry.
I was getting concerned. Not really. But we decided to do these T-shirts because, and I'll show the camera, the front of them, as everyone will see, is this the way to show it?
Yes.
The front of them says Ellen's Run, Sweet 16.
No, put it in front of you.
Oh, in front of me, sorry, folks.
Yes.
Sweet 16 is Sunday, August 21st, 2011. But what we wrote on the back, so we advertised the run, are 16 reasons to love Ellen's Run. Yeah. And what we highlight are some of our accomplishments, starting with 16 years of loving, the Ellen Hermanson Breast Center at Southampton Hospital, which is a state-of-the-art facility, and it offers access to quality care to women and men, because men do get breast cancer here on the East End of Long Island. Ellen's Well support groups, which we know provide really important support for women who are dealing with the vicissitudes of breast cancer, the anxiety caused by living with a life-threatening disease. We all have problems in life, and then a diagnosis of breast cancer, probably any cancer, is quite devastating, and it exacerbates what's already there. So Ellen's Well is fabulous, and our social worker, Ela O'Brien, is God's gift to all of us. And so there are many reasons. We have genetic counseling, days of renewal and hope, a weekend of renewal and hope, mind-body programs, transportation assistance, a new ultrasound machine. And that came about last year. The hospital sent in a proposal to the foundation and talked about their ultrasound machine and that it was on its last legs. It's been repaired, It wasn't working up to what it was supposed to be working, and that they really would like a new ultrasound machine so they could continue having state-of-the-art equipment and do the best diagnostics possible. So we were fortunate that we were able to underwrite this machine, which is state-of-the-art equipment. So we have and then we have the breast health education program, pink ribbon bags. These are not just like fluffy little bags. If a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer, she sees the outreach coordinator, Susie Roden, and she's given this pink ribbon bag chock full of important information, as well as some lovely, almost like feel-good things. The importance is that she leaves the hospital not alone and not without some information, some resources, and and a sense of caring and a sense of support immediately. So the pink ribbon bags are wonderful. We have had programs on the Shinnecock Reservation. We've worked with Urban Zen, which is this wonderful foundation. We bought for the hospital a number of years ago a mammogram chair so that for some women who can't stand up for a mammogram, they can sit down. We have the radiologist reading room and Lend a Helping Hand, which is a program of small grants, one-time grants to women who are undergoing breast cancer. So we've done a lot in 16. That's not even all that we've done. We've done a lot.
That's really tremendous.
So
tremendous, all those things. And I have to say that you just ran through it very briefly, and people should know really a lot more about all these things that you just rattled off.
What?
Yes, I mean, all those things that I think they deserve a lot more recognition. I mean, you put them on the shirt, and it's just, how would people get to know more about those things?
You know, really to know more about us, I would suggest visit our website, ellensrun.org. The website's fairly complete. It talks about the history. There's a little bio of Ellen, who, as you know, is my younger sister.
Yes.
And all the grants that we've given out over the years since 1996 when we had our first Ellen's Run. Can you believe that? We learned a lot over the years.
Yes, and you started this all by yourself.
Thank you so much. Not quite by myself.
When you started it,
when I started it actually, the whole idea hatched over lunch at the Museum Cafe in New York City. My sister-in-law had been telling me she wanted me to meet this woman, this incredible woman, Vivian Shapiro. I needed to meet her. She was interested in much of the same stuff that I was interested in. And I kept putting it off. I felt very intimidated to meet her because she was so accomplished, I thought, and she is. So after I was finishing my doctorate at Columbia at the time, so after I defended my dissertation, I called her and met her, and I was telling her all about Ellen, and she said, "She sounds very special. Why don't you do something to honor her?" And I said, that's a great idea. She said, "You're a runner. Let's do a run." I said, "Okay, we'll do a run." And that was in April, maybe in May. It was Memorial Day weekend, 1996. I called up some of my friends. She called up some of her friends. We sat in the dining room, and we decided we would have a run in August. We thought 3 months would be enough time to plan a run. We had no idea what we were doing. and not many people had confidence in us that we would pull this off because we had no idea what we were doing.
First run?
We had the first Ellen's Run on a Saturday morning at East Hampton High School. We measured the course wrong. It was like either 1/10 or 2/10 of a mile too short. So I don't know how we did that. We went, excuse me, we went to the high school at 6 in the morning to pack goodie bags. We'd gotten a bunch of stuff donated. And people came at 7, and we weren't sure. We had 500 people showed up.
Wow.
We had no idea. We would have our meetings for the run at the high school by the track, and we would hand out race applications as people would come to run.
How did people know about this?
I think we took an ad in the paper. We made some posters.
In such a short time,
details.
In 3 weeks?
It was quite 3 months, not 3 weeks.
3 months.
But I knew nothing. I didn't know at the time, I needed a permit. I mean, we had a permit to do the run, but I was like always playing catch up. Someone said, "Julie, you need a permit." I said, "Oh, where do I get the permit?" And then that year, Howard Lebwith ran in the race, and I guess he thought, "You people need a lot of help." Yeah. Right? So the next year he called, and he came to a meeting, and since then he's been our race director.
Yes,
so
I know him.
So we've known Howard a long time.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, this is just wonderful. That's how it started and evolved.
It's really important out here because I don't want to say it's a cancer cluster, but this part of New York State has one of the highest rates of diagnosis and mortality, and we knew even then the need for services was very large. People here, contrary to the tabloids, the Hamptons aren't they are the playground of the rich and famous.
Yes.
But your everyday folks who live here are not the rich and famous. They're hardworking people who struggle like the rest of the world and need services out here. And that's what made us want to do this. I felt it was something that Ellen would really have valued. She knew what it meant to be able to have good medical support and good psychosocial support, family support. It really does. I know everyone says it takes a village, but that whole phrase is true when it comes to illness. It's true about many things, but it's certainly true when dealing with catastrophic illness.
Right. Like you said, it's not only the illness, but the way it touches everything in your whole life.
Correct. Correct.
People don't even think about those things.
Everything. your whole life changes. You know, if you're in treatment, I mean, for some people, they can be in treatment and go to work. But it's just, the point is, if you have, everyone has issues in life, right? Either
Yes.
work or children or whatever it is, there's always something going on. It exacerbates the issues. It can, not always, but it can. It's a huge stressor, and it adds another level. And Ellen was part of the post-treatment resource program at Sloan Kettering. They had support groups, and it was so important to her. She would say, you and I are so close, but you don't get it because you haven't been in my shoes.
Right.
Lucky you, but you haven't been there. And I just want to say, so I started the run. I'm just going back with Vivian.
Yeah.
But you know, I have my other sister, Emily Levin, who we all call Lee. And she has been such a partner in this. Yeah, I couldn't do all this without her.
Well, you are so modest. You keep you're very appreciative with all the people who are surrounding you and helping you. Because I've been to many of your meetings, and you always give credit to all the wonderful people who are helping you.
It's absolutely deserved. It belongs there. This is not a one-woman show. I mean, sometimes during the winter, I feel like a one-woman band writing solicitation letters, you know, taking them to the post office, printing out all the stuff, then doing the follow-up calls, and then when they don't get the packet of information, resending it out again.
Yes.
Excuse me. So I feel a little bit like a one-woman band. But the truth is, when it comes to actually producing this event, like on August 21st, when we all go to Parish Hall at Southampton Hospital, it takes a whole crew to make this happen. Whether it's putting out the T-shirts, registering people, getting the course ready, the water tables on the course, doing the awards, the raffles, whatever it is, all of this stuff takes a lot of people.
Yes. And you raise money not only with Tehran, but that party.
We have a party.
Have a party every year.
Right.
Tell us about the party you had this year.
This year, you know, this is the first year we changed our way of doing things. You know, usually we have the party the night before, and then we get up at 5 in the morning and we run to Southampton and we do the race. This year, for a very wonderful reason, we changed the party to July 30th because we wanted to honor Kim Cattrall for her friendship to Ellen's run and also for her incredible acting when she played her character Samantha from Sex and the City when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was just a brilliant portrayal. So Kim couldn't come August 20th. I think this might be her birthday or there was something happening.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, we moved the date to a time that she could come. So that's why. But it actually might work well because we had time to focus on the party, and now we have time to focus on the run. And we have time to sort of breathe. And, you know, there's a lot of aftermath for these events. Thanking people, writing notes, a tremendous amount of work afterwards. But we get a chance to bite into this and hopefully get a lot of it accomplished and finished, and then go on to the run. So the party was at Stephen Klein's again for the 3rd year, and he is such a good friend to us. He makes it happen. He's incredibly generous, and opens up this extraordinary piece of property. We put a tent up. People wander all around. It's very serene and beautiful. Mm-hmm. And so this year, in addition to honoring Kim Cattrall, we honored Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb, who are in the 4th hour of the Today Show on television on NBC.
Yes.
And they're wonderful. Hoda's a breast cancer survivor, and she went through her own treatment and her own disease in a very public way because of being on television. And she has tremendous grace and dignity, wonderful. She's just happy. You being around her, you just feel happy. And Kathy Lee is wonderful, and we honored her for all her humanitarian work, especially on behalf of children at risk. So it was a great party. We had over 300 people. And, the weather was perfect. You always think, like, please, please, no rain, no rain, no rain. And we were so lucky, no rain. It was warm, a beautiful sunset. Everything was great about this party.
So what happened at the party? You had some music and speakers?
Oh, we had a DJ, we had music, a lot, and just people, great food. People were eating, drinking, talking. It was a short party, it's 2 hours from 6 to 8. So it's not that long. We don't have dinner. We didn't have dancing. It's the kind of party, it's a cocktail party, and then if one desires, they can go afterwards to dinner. We also had an after party at SL East, which is a club on 3 Mile Harbor Road.
So, and everybody dressed up beautifully?
A lot of people did, yeah. Yeah, there were some people, like guys, mostly guys, not women, who came in shorts, you know, like like Hampton summer dress, like shorts and a shirt that's not tucked in, and loafers without socks. And the women, really, there were a lot of, it wasn't dressy, but it was pretty. People look great.
Yes. And do you know how much money you raised?
I knew you were going to ask that. And I called last night to see.
Yeah.
You know, I think we certainly made money on this. I never think we make enough money. And we're waiting to hear from our auction to see, because that will certainly contribute to what we make.
Yes. Well, let's see how much money you made last year.
Last year, we did very well. We made enough money last year that we gave out grants that totaled, I think, about $280,000.
That's wonderful.
So it doesn't. It's not always that terrific, but it was good. Between last year, we in 2008, we committed to fund the breast center at Southampton Hospital, which was a $500,000 pledge. And that's when the economy was just falling apart. Bernie Madoff had, people had been laid off, people were worried. It just was a terrible, grim time economically. And I discussed, you know, whether we should undertake this commitment with the board, because we're really a small organization, and we're not
compared to
most,
other.
Yeah, we're small. We don't bring in the $1 million every year, or even the $500,000. So we talked about it and decided we had to do this. It was too important for the community to not do it, and we paid our pledge in 2 years. So I was really proud. This past December, we had about $39,000 left, and we paid down the pledge. So we're all paid up, and it feels good.
Great. And you're always talking about family, like because of this organization, all the people who come to your meetings, you call them your family.
They are my family. You know, it's kind of, no, it's not kind of, I don't know. It's not something I could have thought about when I started this, because I missed Ellen so much, and I still miss her every day. I did not know that by starting Ellen's Run, all these people, wonderful people, would come in my life. Some of the best people, my best friends, my closest friends, people who are just part of my heart, I've met because of Ellen's Run. I don't think I would have met you or other people who I'm friendly with had it not been for Ellen's Run. So I always feel it's Ellen's magic working, and it's the gift. And I feel that we are a family when we work together. Their friendships have developed between people who come to the meetings, who see each other on the outside, so to speak, and support each other. And so I think it is its own little family.
That's nice. Now, I'm just wondering, I mean, this is like done. So are you already thinking about next year?
No, it's not done yet. We have the run first. I'm not.
I know,
and I'm
but
thinking,
you plan.
You know,
And
like,
here is the poster.
Right.
So I just feel that it's already, everything that had to be done, it's already arranged. It just has.
Pretty much arranged. Actually, I'm speaking to Sam, the T-shirt man, today to go over to finalize the order. We have lots of great sponsors. And then it's not done. We have to just say, put out there to the universe, thank you for good weather on Sunday, August 21st.
Yes.
Please, please, please. Bad weather just is a killer for a run. You know, people stay home, they don't come out.
Well, of course, nobody wants to run in the rain.
You know, a diehard runner will come out, but most of us aren't. And it's a kind of thing that if it's a beautiful day, we'll have a tremendous number of walk-ins also. Where people get up and they say, oh, it's beautiful, I'm going to go run.
Yes, I mean, I handed out an awful lot of those leaflets.
Oh, our race applications.
The race applications.
Do you need more?
No, And people said, well, I don't run. And I always said, well, you can walk.
Exactly.
I said, I walked a couple of years ago, and I got a medal for coming in last.
Do you still have your medal?
Of course. I treasure it.
Perfect.
Yes. So there are a lot of people, like you said, they don't run, they just walk.
Right.
Which is good.
And people come with children, even little kids do it.
Yes.
You know, you'll see 4- and 5-year-olds scampering along.
Yeah.
And last year, I think Andy Nidek, who lives in Sag Harbor, came. I think he's 92 or 93. He was an Olympian at one time. I believe he was an Olympian, a really fine runner. But he comes and does it. We all look out to see if Andy's coming to do the run. So we cover tremendous age span.
Well, the reason I was mentioning next year, because like, would you say that every year you come up with some new things?
Right.
Yes. So that's what I was
Well,
thinking.
I haven't thought this year, you know, we're going to celebrate our Sweet 16. We have lots of great things planned at the run. We have a terrific runner's raffle. I think we have about 40 or 50 items which to give away to runners. You know, the runner's raffle works, the computer will generate a list of runners' numbers, and those numbers will be winners for the raffle.
So can you just mention some of the prizes?
Oh, sure. We have gift cards for Tommy Hilfiger. We have these beautiful designer pillows. We have restaurants. Lots of local restaurants have donated meals. We have books. We have some jewelry. We have, you know,
well, those are nice rewards.
Sweater. We have a lot of fun stuff.
And it is a lot of fun when people stand around and waiting. Oh, am I a winner? Let's look at my number. Am I a winner?
Right. So all you have to do to be eligible for the runner's raffle is have a runner's number, and you're in.
Right.
So, and then we have, you know, the usual bagel breakfast afterwards, and then this year we're going to try to get a giant sheet cake for Sweet 16. You know, so everyone can have a little piece of birthday cake.
And you're going to bake it, of course.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
In my little oven.
Yes. Well, you're a great cook. Every time there's a meeting in your house, you prepare a nice either breakfast or a luncheon, whatever time we go. And I tasted many of your wonderful
Thank you.
food
well,
you
the
make.
food, I try to make it, actually, breakfast is less so, but I try to make the dinners healthy and really show that one can eat healthy, heavily vegetarian, and put together beans and food to make a protein. And it's really delicious. And you can eat healthy.
Yes.
It's fun. I enjoy doing that. And then you bring dessert all the time. That dessert the other night was spectacular.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, I want the recipe, please.
Oh, yes, and it was very easy. But
Well,
it was
there wasn't much
delicious.
left, as you
Yeah,
noticed
I
at the end
know,
of the
I
meeting.
know,
There's just
I
a
know.
tiny little piece.
And some of the breakfast you made, like it wasn't that healthy, but it was so good when you made the French toast.
Oh, that stuffed French toast.
Yes.
That was amazing, I know.
Yes.
I had it at a Thanksgiving brunch about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was my cousin who made it. And I would send him emails every day, just put like on the recipe, please.
Yes, the recipe.
And then finally he sent it to me.
Yes, that was so delicious. Like every once in a while, we're allowed to cheat.
You have to be a little bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
it's good. It's good to be a little bad.
So I didn't ask you about your little grandson.
Oh, Elias.
Yes.
He
I
was
still
just-
call him the Bean.
We do too. He has 2 names, the Bean and Squirm, because he's always moving. And if you try to hold him, he just kind of squirms out. And he loves to run. He has 1 speed, which is fast.
So if people are watching, they say, why you call him a Bean?
Okay, why do we call him a Bean? When my daughter had a sonogram at the beginning of her pregnancy, the embryo looked like a tiny little bean, almost like a little kidney bean.
Yes.
And so he got called the Bean. And
it stuck.
exactly. And they just called it the whole time they were waiting for him. They called him the Bean. And then after he was born, you know, as I said, his name is Elias. He's now Elias the Bean. So he's going to go to college someday. He's going to be Elias the Bean or the Bean.
I was even thinking if he's going to be like a movie star, it's going to, on the marquee, Eliza Bean.
Right.
Eliza Bean.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh,
he's
that's
delicious.
funny.
He's absolutely delicious.
Oh, he is adorable.
He's cute. He's
yes.
17 months old today. But who's counting?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for asking about him.
Well, I saw him when was that, a few weeks ago.
Oh, on Friday night.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree with you. He's adorable. He was all over the place, and everybody was watching him walking around.
He doesn't fall and hit the ground very often. Usually on the way down, someone scoops him up. You know, like either his mother or father who hover, they're helicopter parents, they hover around him. They just love him. I admire my daughter and son-in-law, how with their child-raising skills.
Oh, you approve?
Very much.
Oh, well,
I learn a lot from them. If I were to do it again, I think I would learn a lot having watched them. I would do things. I like what they do. They're very much together. They bathe him together. They put him to bed together. They read him a million stories at night. It's very nice.
So they do. That's a very good thing, doing it together. Like, you know, I just used to do everything by myself.
It was also a different time. You know, it was a different time. And but they're very mindful and purposeful in the way they go about it. It might be also they're a little bit older, say, than I was, and maybe you were when you had your children.
Yeah, but it's also a lot more information today than
Information
we
is
had.
power, right?
Yes,
Francis Bacon says knowledge is power.
So, so you're not a typical mother-in-law and grandma. You're a modern.
I hope so.
Mother-in-law and grandma.
I'm the nut that's on the floor crawling around, playing peekaboo, you know, singing the Eensy Beensy Spider all day long. So it's fun. I love it. I absolutely adore it.
Well, I loved having you on this show.
Thank you.
I had a wonderful time talking to you.
So it's like a little conversation. It just
and I think we gave a lot of information about this venture, Ellen's Run, which is going to be in a couple of days.
No, Sunday, August 21st at Southampton Hospital. And for information, please go to ellensrun.org or call the Ellen's Run office, 631-907-1952 for a race application. And we'd love to see everyone there. The more the better. We want a big party. What if we had 1,600 people, like 100 people for every year? Wouldn't that be great?
Yes. Let's
aim
for that.
Put out there into the world, Universe 1600.
So see you at the race.
Absolutely. Do come. You'll get a T-shirt, almost like this.
Yes. I mean, it's like this, except the back.
The back will be a little, right, the back will have our sponsors.
Well, that's wonderful. And then we forgot this. This is like a sticker
that you can put on your car that one of our volunteers donated.
Can you, I guess.